The most dangerous people in your life are not the ones who hate you. They are the ones who understand you too well. Imagine, for a moment, the sensation of cold steel between your shoulder blades. It isn't the physical pain that numbs the soul. It is the realization of the hand that holds the hilt. Betrayal is the only crime that requires intimacy to function. You cannot be backstabbed by an enemy. An enemy stabs you in the chest. To be backstabbed, you must first have turned your back. You must have granted trust. You must have surrendered your flank. Most people, when they feel the sting of betrayal, do one of two things. They explode in a futile rage, or they wither into a state of perpetual victimhood. Both are death sentences. Rage alerts the betrayer that you are still a threat, forcing them to finish the job. Victimhood signals to the rest of the world that you are easy prey. But there is a third way, the way of the strategist, the way of the emperor, the way of the psycho-smart. Don't get mad, get even. But first, get powerful. Welcome to the Forbidden Masterclass on the hero's journey of revenge. Today, we aren't just learning how to heal. We are learning how to use the blood from your wound to write the contract of your enemy's downfall. If this insight already resonates with the part of you that refuses to be a victim, hit like so the algorithm knows you're not afraid of the truth. We are going deep. To survive a backstab, you must first understand the biology of the creature that attacked you. Machiavelli famously noted that men are so simple and so much inclined to obey immediate needs that a deceiver will never lack victims for his deceptions. In the modern world, the backstabber is rarely a cackling villain. They are often the most charming person in the office, the most supportive friend in the group, or the most vulnerable partner in the relationship. They operate using the dark triad of personality traits: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. The narcissist betrays you because your existence started to interfere with their spotlight. To them, you aren't a person, you are a prop. When the prop stops making them look good, they discard it. Their backstab is often loud, a smear campaign designed to ensure that if they are going to leave you, they must destroy your reputation first, so that no one else can validate your version of the truth. This is the cold backstab. It isn't personal. It is a calculated move on a chessboard. If your professional downfall results in their promotion, they will engineer it with the precision of a watchmaker. They don't hate you. They simply find you expensive to keep around. This is the most chilling. They betray you because it is a sport. They want to see the look on your face when you realize it was them. They mimic empathy to find your pressure buttons. Then they press them just to feel the power of your reaction. Moral reflection. Have you ever looked at someone you trusted and realized you were merely a stepping stone in their narrative? Comment a brain if you felt that cold realization. But here is the psychological truth. The betrayer always leaves a trail. They suffer from the deceiver's high, the momentary rush of feeling smarter than their victim. This high makes them sloppy. They assume you are broken. They assume you are done. This assumption is your greatest tactical advantage. What happened next in the history of power will change how you see your own setbacks forever. In 1812, Napoleon Bonaparte entered Moscow. He expected a surrender. Instead, he found a city in flames and a Russian army that had vanished into the winter. Napoleon's greatest mistake wasn't the retreat itself. It was waiting too long to begin it. When you are backstabbed, whether you lose your job, your social standing, or your relationship, your first instinct is to fight for your honor. You want to tell your side of the story. You want to confront the liar. Stop. Sun Tzu in The Art of War teaches us that he who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious. If you have been backstabbed, your current position is compromised. Your intel is outdated. Your allies are likely compromised by the betrayer's smear campaign. The most powerful response to a public betrayal is a total, deafening silence. Why? Because the betrayer is expecting a reaction. They have already prepared their counter-defense for your anger. If you scream, you play into the crazy or unstable narrative they've built. By retreating into silence, you create a vacuum of information. The betrayer starts to wonder, what are they planning? Why aren't they upset? Do they have something on me? Their deceiver's high turns into deceiver's paranoia. In every great story, the hero must lose everything before they can gain the power to win. This isn't a defeat. It is the refining fire. Napoleon's retreat from Moscow was a disaster, but the survivors became the core of his final elite units. You must view your current isolation as a black site operation. You are off the grid. You are gathering data. You are healing the wound in private, so that when you reappear, there isn't even a scar for them to mark. Lesson: the strategic retreat isn't about running away. It is about moving to a location where the enemy's weapons cannot reach you, while your weapons are being sharpened. Subscribe now, because the next lesson on gathering leverage will make you rethink everything you believe about social influence. Joseph Weil, the legendary Yellow Kid, once said, "Each of my victims had a consuming desire to get something for nothing." He understood that even the most brilliant manipulators have a weakness: greed. Whether it's greed for money, status, or validation, everyone has a hook. Your betrayer has a hook. To get even, you don't attack their strength. You feed their weakness until it becomes their undoing. This is the stage of the long memory. During your retreat, you must become a ghost. Use social media, lurking, ethically and cautiously, mutual acquaintances who don't know you're still active, and public records to find the fracture lines in your betrayer's new life. Asterisk, who are they trying to impress now? Asterisk, what lies did they tell to get their new position? Asterisk, what are they afraid of? In dark psychology, leverage is the unspoken threat. You aren't looking for a smoking gun to go to the police with. You are looking for the truth that would destroy their image. If they betrayed you at work, find the project they claim as theirs that you actually did. If they betrayed you socially, find the person they are currently deceiving. Never hit the betrayer yourself. If you hit them, you are the bitter ex-friend. If a third party hits them, you are just a spectator. This is the Machiavellian ideal. The prince should delegate to others the enactment of unpopular measures and keep in his own hands the means of winning favors. You find out your betrayer lied on their resume to get the job they stole from you. You don't call the boss. You anonymously tip off a rival company or a disgruntled headhunter. You stay clean. You stay invisible. Would you use an anonymous tip to level the playing field? Or do you believe in taking the high road? Comment your take below. Friedrich Nietzsche spoke of the will to power. He believed that the highest form of human existence is the one who can overcome their own resentment and turn it into creative mastery. Patience is the strategist's greatest weapon. Julius Caesar waited years to cross the Rubicon. He allowed his enemies in the Senate to feel safe, to feel smug, to grow fat on their own corruption. When you start bothering your betrayer, they eventually forget you. They stop looking over their shoulder. They start making the same mistakes with new people. This is when the hero reappears, not as a ghost of the past, but as a superior version of the present. When you return to the social or professional circle, you must have leveled up in a way that is undeniable. Asterisk, if they stole your job, return as their client's new consultant. Asterisk, if they stole your partner, return looking better, wealthier, and more at peace than they have ever seen you. The greatest revenge isn't a punch to the face. It is making the betrayer look at your life and realize that betraying you was the biggest mistake of their life, because they lost access to the winner you became. Drop a brain emoji in the comments if you're starting to see your setback as a setup. Michelangelo was often sabotaged by rival artists like Bramante and Raphael, who tried to get him assigned to tasks they thought he would fail at, like painting the Sistine Chapel. He was a sculptor, not a painter. Michelangelo didn't complain. He took the trap and turned it into the greatest masterpiece in human history. He humiliated his enemies by being too good to be destroyed. But sometimes excellence isn't enough. Sometimes a Machiavellian strike is required. Earlier on, we talked about mirroring body language to build trust. In part 5, we talk about mirroring the betrayal. If they used a specific tactic against you, let's say they used triangulation, pitting you against a third person, you use that exact same tactic to pit their new allies against them. Since they are a betrayer by nature, they are already suspicious of others. It takes very little seed planting to make a backstabber believe their new friends are about to backstab them. When the betrayer finally falls, and they always do because their character is their destiny, they will come to you. They will ask for a favor. They will try to reconnect. This is your moment of ultimate power. Do not be mean. Be coldly gracious. Say, I wish you the best, but I no longer have a place for you in my life. My time is too valuable. This is the Michelangelo strike. You don't just win the argument, you win the existence. You become the one who decides who is worthy of your presence. Lao Tzu taught that the flame that burns twice as bright burns half as long. The backstabber is a flash of fire, destructive, hard, but ultimately self-consuming. You are the water. You flow around the knife. You wear down the stone over time. Betrayal is a gift. It is the universe's way of pruning your life of the dead weight that was holding you back from your true potential. Without the backstab, you might have stayed in that mediocre job or that toxic friendship forever. The scar is not a sign of weakness. It is armor. It is a reminder that you were hunted, you survived, and you learned how to hunt. Machiavelli reminds us that it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. But the psycho smart knows the secret. It is better to be respected as someone who cannot be broken. Don't get mad, get even. But first, get powerful. If this forbidden masterclass opened your eyes, hit subscribe, because the next lesson will make you rethink everything you believe about human nature. Stay strategic, stay psycho smart.